Hi, this is Francisco Bujan from vitalcoaching.com, and the topic for this video is how to transform your life. What I want to share with you are a few ideas about the process of change, how to go from a certain state of mind, a certain state in life, to something new, something different, and to implement change in your existence. So the process of change is something that we need to understand really well when you engage into the process of changing anything in our existence. And the first thing that I want to say, it is that change takes energy. Very often it's going to be a very stressful or process, something that puts your life under pressure. This is why in the stress-free strategies that I encourage you to follow, I often say change one thing at a time, so that you can implement change by small chunks and eventually gradually change. Maybe if you are changing your diet, then focus on that for maybe 1 to 3 months. Then if you want to change your career, then focus on that at a later stage. If you want to do something about your relationship or your love life, change that as well, but implement the changes progressively. Why? Because every time you're making a change in your life, for instance, suppose that you're making a change in diet or in the way you eat, in your nutrition, this change is impacting on your physical body and it's impacting also on your mind level. It means that you have your whole neural net, your whole set of habits, of conditioning that has been there since you were born, or the things that you did learn over a certain period of time, which need to be reoriented, they need to be shifted, they need to be rearranged. And this process takes energy. You feel like there is a flow of energy working through your mind, through your life, and during that time it puts you under pressure. So that's something to understand. It is that change takes energy, it takes time, it takes investment, and it puts your system very often under at least a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure. And this is why, for instance, if you speak with your family or friends and you invite them to change something in their life, very often you will face resistance. You will face people are not always very happy to change things in their lives, because precisely it requires energy, it requires, to invest some form of time or energy into it. So that's the first thing to understand. Another thing to understand, it is that to implement change, to create change in your life, you need to create space, you need to create free energy. And this is another super important element to understand. It is that if you want to change something in your life and you will need energy, you need to free energy in your life as well. So look around you and look and try to identify where there is space. And very often you will see that your life and your mind are already saturated. They might be saturated with ideas, they might be saturated with past experiences, sometimes with undigested emotions, unsolved business, stuff like that. So if you want to change your life, if you want to transform something in your existence, what you want to do is also be able to create space at will. And you can do that in different ways. The first way to do it is really to get rid of stuff. And this is one of the most powerful strategies that you can apply. I can share something that happened to me about 20 years ago. It is that I started really getting rid of stuff. I had lots of books, I had music, I had all the notes from my studies, all my academic research, all that stuff was there, and it was saturating my mind. It was really cluttering my whole energy, and there was little space left to transform my existence. So what I started doing, I started giving my stuff away. I started getting rid of it, and instead of having an accumulation of things around me, suddenly there was space, there was energy, there was free energy. And that's another important element. So if you want to engage into the process of transformation, look at the objects around you and identify the ones that you don't really need, the ones that reflect a memory from the past, and dare to take the step and get rid of this stuff. It can be a bunch of magazines that you kept for the last 20 years. It can be some letters from a lover from 20 years ago as well. You realize that all these objects that you have around you most of the time send you back to the past. They don't open doors in the future. So if you have them around you, this is where your energy goes back. It goes back into the past. So if you want fresh, free energy, start getting rid of stuff and creating space around you. Okay? Another thing to understand is that the process of change, the process of transformation requires also you to have a certain vision, a very clear vision of what you want to do or what you want to achieve. Sometimes this vision is not going to be clear in a detail, right? But it's going to be clear in the form of an energy or an inspiration that comes through you. So what I encourage you to do as well to transform your life is try to connect with sources of energy that inspire you. It can be a few books, it can be people you connect with, it can be somebody new coming to your life, you know, it can be a boyfriend or girlfriend or a partner or a good friend, somebody who happens to be in your distance. It can mean shifting, living in a new city, in a new space, in a new environment, and or connecting with, you know, sometimes a spiritual tradition. It can be an event, something that is going to help you refocus your energy and create a new vision for your existence. So, you know, these are, you know, basic general strategies. Of course, we can go into much more detail within a one-on-one coaching session. So if you like the idea of bringing change into your existence and don't know where to start, get in touch with me, right? vitalcoaching.com/coaching.htm. There is a lot of strategy that we can discuss, and I can inspire you as well into developing a, you know, new fresh perspective for your existence. If you have the feeling that what you're experiencing right now is not complete, that something important is missing. Okay, so go back to vitalcoaching.com/coaching.htm and remember those three core elements. The first one is that change requires energy, free energy, free space in your life so that you can really engage into a change process. And the third one, identify key inspiring forces or key inspiring sources in your existence so that those forces or those sources inspire you in the right direction. Okay, hope this makes sense. You take care for now and see you soon. Bye bye.